India wants compensation for climate damage caused by rich nations.
Here's a summary of the article.
New Delhi. India is seeking payment for the losses caused by climate disasters, its Environment Ministry said while laying out the country's positions on critical issues that will be negotiated at the United Nations COP26 Climate Summit in the coming weeks. Compensation for climate disasters is expected to be a major sticking point at the talks, and the subject is something that India has already raised with United States climate envoy John Kerry, according to Gupta. Rich countries have added the majority of greenhouse gases causing the planet to warm above pre-industrial levels. The broad idea is that, based on historical contributions to global greenhouse gases, countries will provide compensation for the damages that pollution will one day cause. Not all disasters are caused by climate change, and scientists have only recently begun the hard work of being able to calculate how much a warmer planet contributed to an extreme weather event. Even if India's pay-in for damage was roughly 4%, the country would stand to get a larger payout for the losses it will incur, Mr. Gupta said. Developed countries were supposed to provide $100 billion in climate finance to developing countries annually, starting in 2020.
This post received a score of 3,800, with an upvote ratio of 90%. Here are the top comments in response to this article.
We want money, also we plan on burning coal for decades to come. Sounds just like Brazil asking for money while supporting forest arsonists.
Lol, Brazil be like, pay us more money or we'll burn the Amazon faster.
Oh, because the change the rest of planet gives us sure IR enough to monitor the 6.700.000 km2 of forests against illegal miners, illegal deforestation, arsonists, etc. 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 Bolsonaro is leaving next year, and the destruction will continue simply because millions of poor people around the forest want to make a living in the region. Even if each one only cuts one tree, over time the forest will be destroyed. The only way to save it is to provide adequate living conditions for the people who live there so that they don't have to destroy the forest to live. How do you do it without money? Almost 7 million square kilometers. And it's time for people to start looking at our neighbors. Bolivia has been burning their share of the Amazon forest at an incredible pace this year.
Wow, I thought this was just another clickbait headline and that India was really saying rich nations should bear most of the financial cost of developing green tech. No, India straight up just wants money lol.
I have lived in India for nearly 2 decades. Of all nations, India doesn't have any right to call out any other nation about causes of climate change.
India actually still have a pretty low historic carbon emission, I think, even lower on a per capita basis. That said, I am also not sure if India has taken much damage from climate change itself so far. The ridiculous air pollution there obviously doesn't count.
What do you consider as losses caused by climate change? 1. Agricultural losses due to unseasonal heavy rains. 2. Unnatural flooding levels at places not normally in river flood plains. 3. Erratic melting seasons in the high Himalayas. 4. Delayed monsoon onset and progress. 5. Unnatural intensity and frequency of cyclones in the Arabian Sea. These are just a few cases. You can Google for them and see the news articles for those from reputable news sources.
Losses as in opportunity cost. Developed nations already spew greenhouse gases into the atmosphere for centuries and became rich. Now poor nations has to limit their own development because of an agreement made by these rich nations to stop spewing greenhouse gas. Kurzgesagt made a very good video on this topic.
Maybe India ought to talk to some of its billionaires while they are at it. Every country ought to have a stern discussion about climate change with billionaires.
This video was automatically created by Reddit to speech. The article and comments in this video were selected from Reddit according to their upvotes, and any paraphrasing was performed by smmry.com, without any human intervention.